So, the assessment would be simple. A simple psychological examination by a very mentally stable person.
Are you trying to...
What?
You sound like a Looney Tunes side character with that accent.
Regardless, what could go wrong?
Not going to lie, I don't like this shaky cam.
Yeah, it's kind of out of focus.
It'll stabilize.
Who was dumb enough? Who would be dumb enough to put a camera right on top of the fan anyway?
I guess it's just trying to make you seem all jarring and
Have you ever had a really...
So, as we see here in the Origins, a fateful encounter.
And what do you mean by that?
Oh boy.
You of all people should know. There's nothing so cruel as memory. The pointy biting through thunderbolts, unwanted party crashes screaming through your synapses.
Because, I mean, yeah, in a way, it's not only Batman's origin, but it's still Joker's origin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh.
You can't even escape into madness.
And now we're suddenly Joker.
Yep.
This is because with Arkham Origins, there was like a multiplayer thing where you could play as the villains
Which,
as well.
by the way, that
basically the
multiplayer was a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah, basically the multiplayer is that it starts off, you have two teams you're playing as. You can either play as Batman with Robin, which is also the only time he appears in the game, and then you can also play as a bunch of thugs that work for either the Joker or Bane, and I think if you get a high enough score, you can have them run into a certain room so they can actually become Joker or Bane. Joker, as far as I know, controls the exact same as he does in Asylum, aside from like one or two things. Bane, however, is just an absolute powerhouse, as to be expected.
And yeah, this is all reference to the Joker DLC from Asylum as well.
Delightful.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is only in the
I like
PS3 version.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was that Jordan?
No.
I like the part where the psychologist was talking about word association, and he's like, "That sounds delightful."
My
Also, you say, we all know who it is. You don't have to say the
I know. I wanted it to be a mystery.
And we get to also see how he started off back when he was the Red Hood.
Whoa.
Actually, what's funny is that, like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you're able to stall in that big beat-em-up section long enough, there's actually not only a lot more dialogue, but it's also where they start planting a few more seeds of, like, this poor psychiatrist is kind of getting the wrong impression as to what Joker's talking about. Like, Joker's talking about this person that he's met that suddenly changed his life, but this poor woman thinks that he's talking about her.
Yeah.
Like, you'll even see it here. Like, it's just...
In some ways,
I mean-
in some ways, it kind of contradicts what was already established with Arkham Asylum and whatnot.
Well, with Arkham Asylum, it was just like a note-for-note recreation of the Mad Love storyline.
Right.
also-
regardless...
Which
This
this game takes inspiration from not only Mad Love, but also, obviously, The Killing Joke, with the whole Red Hood backstory. Because, fun fact, that was started in The Killing Joke, and never, like, Killing Joke, Alan Moore never intended that to become canon. But it eventually just became canon. So...
Because it's also in Gotham Knight, not Gotham Knight. What's the one with the John DiMaggio?
Oh, that was Under the Red Hood.
Under the Red Hood.
Yeah, because Under the Red Hood also carried that canon.
Well, here's the reason why. With the whole Under the Red Hood, that was years after The Killing Joke, after Alan Moore's, take on what Joker's possible origins could be, and that's why, like, when that storyline became canon, that's when they started introducing Red Hood more and pushing, why don't we make Jason Todd Red Hood and stuff like that.
If I'm not mistaken, I do recall that Visions of Batman you see every once in a while was going to be a planned costume for Batman to use, but apparently it got scrapped at the last minute.
Yeah, from what I understand,
cool. It's like his hallucination.
Yeah, from what I understand, I think the reason they scrapped it was because they had a hard time making the model really work over Batman's rig.
That's fair. It probably had a lot of clipping issues.
Yeah.
Speaking of issues...
The other thing I want to say... Yeah, shush. The other thing I was going to say was that, I mean, now that I see how this story's framing it, it kind of makes me now see, like, I don't even know if Joker intended to manipulate Harleen. It almost seems like she was just already, like,
Stupid.
desperate to that point herself.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's one issue
Oh,
I'll
boy.
give this, is that he kind of accidentally manipulates Harley, whereas in Mad Love, you know for a fact that he manipulated Harley.
Oh no, and like
Yeah.
he goes super into it. Here it's like Harleen already did half the work for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of it has to do with the fact that, like, I think as he's describing, like, he eventually catches on to, like, oh, this chick thinks I'm talking about her. I think I could use that.
Yeah, I don't know. You'll see that. So as soon as we finish his little introspection,
actually relate to, which, believe me, dear, I've never felt before.
Boo.
Da-da, da-da.
Go and fall.
I mean, thus how we even see in the Harley Quinn show.
As he's
freaking,
free.
It was always. Yeah, no. I mean, that's how we get to the Harley Quinn show, where even he's like, it was always him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boo.
Yes, I do.
I figured.
By the way, speaking of Batman stuff like that, no, I am just going to say I am excited about the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. It looks like a lot of fun. However, I am also going to say I hope to all that is holy they do not make Batman a killer in that. Please, for the love of all that is holy, don't make him a killer.
Let's see what happens. But there we go.
I don't have a lot.
She was a little bit of a wallflower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also very fucking amateurish.
Well, that's always been kind of a
Yeah,
thing with,
also
like...
maybe breaking protocol.
Yeah,
a
no,
little there, but
Actually, this is another thing I have an issue with this game's origin of Harley Quinn stuff like that. In Mad Love and all other versions, she is 100%. She is a very qualified psychologist. It's just through the Joker's manipulation that she starts going insane.
Well,
in fact, it's constantly said that a bunch of different psychologists and people the Joker has talked to was swayed by him and tricked by him.
Well, I do...
Also, while Joker had his introspection, Batman's having his own introspection now of why he. Why
Hey,
he
what
should
you're
spare
saying,
him.
Steve?
I do know they kind of go back and forth with that, because, like, even going back to Mad Love, it's kind of implied that even though Harley did get her degree, she didn't necessarily get it from, like, actual hard work. She kind of, like, weaseled her way to get her degree, at least going off the comic.
Well, yeah, that's going off
Yeah.
the comic, but in the I prefer to think that Harley was a. I don't like when it's kind of like with Bane. I don't like when they portray the character as an idiot or as a dope that's just there to follow orders and stuff
Oh,
like that.
hang on, Matt. The Christmas ham has arrived.
Now that the Joker's behind bars,
Roast beast.
Bane is still out there. I've got
Where
a location
is
Did
the
you
roast
remember
beef?
the last?
I placed on him.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Where's the roast beef?
Even
It is
you must
the
be
colloquial term for beef that is roasted.
You hadn't called the police.
Now, what were you
he'd
trying to say,
already
Jordan?
be in custody.
I was gonna say, did you even remember the last can of Who Hash?
And where's the eggnog? Oh God, face glitch.
Wait a
So,
moment.
I'm afraid to tell you that the markets were out of Who Hash.
Alfred, I give you one
No,
mission
no,
this
well,
evening.
curses. However, as long as you're able to get the eggnog.
Above
we
that.
think we may have. Oh, we think we may have found Bane's hideout.
Sounds like this
Oh,
could be
Bane.
or one of his men.
Well, that's right, because
Or,
we did
or, at
place...
least, or at least we know. Go ahead.
I was about to say, yeah, because as a reminder, we did place that tracker on him as he was escaping, so maybe that'll lead us to wherever he's at.
Well, we haven't found him yet, but we did hear that someone induced with venom was found at the Gotham Police morgue.
Indeed.
But hey,
Also, I do hate.
But hey, the glue grenades. But hey, the glue grenades are done.
Also, I do hate. I honestly hate with how much Batman, loves putting puns to his own items. I really hate that it wasn't called the Glunade.
Well, it's not a bat pun, that's why.
Fair.
Well,
I'll give you that.
I was gonna call it the Guano bomb, but it didn't get past R&D.
Yeah, apparently they didn't think it would sell well with test audiences.
Personally, sir, I would have preferred calling it the sticky bomb.
Fair.
You're not
So we're gonna
wrong.
do some
It
field
is.
Oh, but hang on. So we're about to go out, do some field testing, and head on out and.
Master Bruce, stop. Master Bruce,
You haven't even eaten your ham.
I will not in good conscience allow you to go. You're outmatched by these assassins. You're not some hardened vigilante. You're a young man with a trust fund and too much anger.
I have just seen a faker.
I don't want this to be your end.
Albert, who do you see when you look at me? The boy whose shoes you used to tie every morning? The teenager you drove to his first date? Well, you are here every
I wonder how the first date did turn out anyway.
The only
I'm curious, actually. That may-
Turned into Vicky Vale.
no, not maybe. I am.
True point.
When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That
Wow, this is a
what
powerful
that is why
conversation.
they
Oh, I know.
Oh,
This
wow.
is.
because
I'll
I
say,
am the reason the
with some of the issues with the Joker plot in this game, the Batman plot is amazing in this game.
over my
Oh, I love it. I
Yeah.
love the work that they did with Alfred. Like this was
but it will be theirs.
this was completely new to see to the Arkham games.
Because, like, as much as I love City, I don't think they really did, like, a whole lot with Batman as a character up until now.
Which, yeah, which is the very good.
There'll be more.
Which is the very good thing about Origins that I will give it as well.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, at the time of us recording, Arkham City turns 10 years old today.
Also, our poor cape is fraying
Yeah.
on the ends now.
So, yeah, it's a good thing we got City done and over with by then.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I feel old.
Oh, also,
Also, I wish I
hang on.
was in this.
Hang
I
on,
was in
hang on.
one-
I'm out of
two
this.
parts of City, right?
I understand.
I think you were, yeah.
Yeah, you were.
I was just letting that conversation play. But anyway,
Alright.
Maybe 3.
Hang on. I'm gonna
Anyway,
grab
continue.
You
something.
can cut
You're
out
an
my
handful.
dialogue if you want.
You're fine.
But no,
Real estate.
yeah. So, who here has seen the trailer for the Robert Pattinson Batman? By the way.
I don't remember if I've seen it. Like, I thought I saw a clip, but
So
it's been a
there's
while. I'll have to look
there's
at it again.
There's a brand new trailer that came out this weekend because of a DC fandom.
Yep. Which also gave us some new footage for both the Suicide Squad game and Gotham Knights.
Can
Oh yeah,
just-
guys, I still
can
gotta see those.
I'm sorry, can I just say real quick how much maybe it's just me, but I really can't help but feel that the subtitle for that new Suicide Squad game is a little try-hard.
Well, I mean, it gets right to the point. They're
But-
trying to kill the Justice League.
But here's the thing, my guess is that only 1 or 2 members will be killed, the others will be knocked out of their thing. Because, like, it's pretty much shown that the Justice League are being controlled by Brainiac, so, you know.
Right.
But, if it is set in the world of the Arkham games, then I am disappointed, honestly.
I think they did confirm it. In fact, I'm pretty sure, because Penguin does appear on it, I'm pretty sure that is Arkham vs. Penguin, because it definitely sounds like Nolan North.
Okay, well, I am disappointed because if they're going to have to kill, like, if they're going to legitimately kill the Justice League, then I'm not happy about that.
You know they're not going to kill Superman.
Not just I want the Flash to live. Flash is my favorite member of the Justice League, and it looks like they're going to straight up just kill him.
Also, what's funny is that, like, they made this, like, because I know this is a thing in the comics. Apparently they're using the Black Wally West for this game.
Huh.
Well, yeah, because, to be fair, New 52 Wally West, which, by the way, there are apparently 2 different versions of Wally West now. There's the original, and then there's New 52. The New 52, and, like, in all
This
other...
one actually. Oh, I don't think I ever mentioned this. This is supposed to be technically the last one you get to, since this is the last one that you would have all your tools needed for.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Hence why
continue.
Enigma's
Yeah,
sounding.
continue.
Hence why Enigma's sounding so desperate. Continue.
But no, I do... Oh no, it's him! Sorry.
Watch out for the walls.
Oh.
Whoa.
But no, I will say, like, I hope that... I don't know why. I just don't like those whole big, like... It's basically, I call it the nega... like, what is it? I think there's, like, a dark multiverse now or something in DC Comics where basically everything that could go wrong does go wrong, and I don't want the Arkhamverse to be part of the
Goodness.
dark multiverse.
I mean, we're going to have to find out what happens with Gotham Knights.
But again, I just...
Well, Gotham Knights is
No.
in the same continuity.
No, it isn't. Gotham
Oh, okay.
Knight, yeah,
Oh.
or Gotham Knights is his own thing. It's not in the same universe
Okay.
as.
Hang on.
Which is weird considering it feels like it
You will regret
feels more appropriately put to the Arkhamverse than what Suicide Squad's currently doing.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. But apparently they confirmed that yeah, Suicide Squad is part of it, but not Gotham Knights.
You're invading people's privacy.
You got how many assassins running around out there, and you're lecturing me on selling...
Honestly, it's like I know there's plenty of people that wanted a Rocksteady Superman game or a Rocksteady Flash game or anything of the sort, but instead the next big thing they do is Suicide Squad, and to add insult to injury, the whole subtitle is "Kill the Justice League." So it's like kill off all the stuff that couldn't work.
Yeah, but
At least
that's
that's the
and
impression
again,
I'm getting out of it.
And again, that is Rocksteady, so I'm hopeful they'll have something fun for us.
I hope
I
so.
feel like-
I feel like the gameplay will be fun. The gameplay will be fun, but I'm not excited for the story because again, I don't like how incredibly dark everything is going in the DC universe as of now. It is really annoying me. It's what, like, I loved the Suicide Squad movie because it was dark at points, but very lighthearted as well. And it's that kind of stuff, and that in the Aquaman movie and Shazam. I like the more lighthearted stuff. I'm sick and tired of the let's make this all doom and gloom, death everywhere thing.
So long as it's entertaining and
Ooh,
not...
right in the butt.
Right in the ass.
So long as it's not entertaining, so long as it's not Last of Us 2 where it forgets to have fun with its I can play something like Overlord or Dungeon Keeper. Like I can play if it's dark and stuff, just as long as it has fun with it.
That's fair, but here's another thing with the
There's that thing. Oh, but I did all this just to get that jammer, just so I could actually use the cryptograph, because the door is right there and you could open it, but that jammer would be preventing you from solving the last puzzle.
yeah. But no.
Anyway,
Like-
continue.
I don't know. I have issues, especially with the subtitle "Kill the Justice League." I do hope that they, don't do that, or there's some, like, some event that changes it. I don't know. I just don't like, again, all the doom and gloom. It's like the Injustice movie. I really fucking hate that new movie.
Understood. So I'm
Sorry,
going to
I'll stop.
throw
I'll
this
shut
out
up.
there.
I'm sorry.
I will throw this out there that when I saw the trailer, the scene with the penguin at the end was funny for me.
That was hilarious. I'll give it that.
So, with that out of the way, James, did you have anything to say so far on what you've seen with like the origin between like Joker and Batman and Alfred so far?
I mean, honestly, I'm not sure really how to really feel about the matter, considering that like it's the only real point of interest is just the fact that how they treated Harley in the whole thing. It's like,
There we are.
yeah, it just seems like another case of DC kind of forgetting what made Harley so popular in the first place.
Yeah. So, with that, this is actually technically where the Riddler quest would end. At this point, you found all of the data nodes throughout the map. You found all of the, you've freed up all the towers, so our fast travel system is fully restored. And, yeah, it all leads up to this.
Hey, by the way, guys, you know how we've been talking about the race change of Deadshot? Turns out they do actually apparently explain it in Kill the Justice League. Yeah, that's not Deadshot. That man killed Deadshot and took Deadshot's title.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's not Floyd Lawton. That's apparently a new Deadshot. My guess is his name's going to be Smilwith.
Smell wet. I got the joke.
Thank you.
I mean, personally, I don't really give two shits about Deadshot, so, I mean, that's the case where let them do what they really want with the character. Again, the only point of reference I see, like, the only thing that I know of him that I actually liked was the whole skit of Justice League Action where Superman and Batman literally played good cop, bad cop, or, no, Superman was trying to be the bad cop, and Batman literally freaked the fuck out of Deadshot by being the good cop.
That was hilarious, I will say.
It's chocolate.
Tell you everything! just get that freak away from me!
Like that's honestly the type of stuff I do like to see from DC every now and again.
I do love action, by the way. That show has some really fun
action is severely underrated.
It really is.
It seems you're quite the riddle.
Like it feels like is it kind of wrong for me to just outright say this? That's kind of like what I was hoping for with freaking Teen Titans Go, as opposed to what they're doing with that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Like the characters are still
wrong.
the characters are still the characters at the end of the day, but the set pieces do seem a little more.
It feels more like the DC universe than Teen Titan Goes did.
Enigma.
Pretty
Goodbye,
much.
Enigma.
So with that said, if you went and grabbed everything, so I think it's like if you get 75% of them all, then you can blow that up, and then if you find all of them, no, not
Question
of, no,
questions and answers.
So the last big reward, which I can't show because it's still New Game Plus, is you would get into this place.
Okay.
See all of his stuff, how he was planning all this for December 25th. These are what the indicators would have looked like, what all the booths were. It's his, like, this is like his station. You can, and then the thing is, you can actually see blueprints and stuff for some of the traps, for some of the puzzles you've been seeing around the map, they were just simple, like, oh, batarang this, stand on this, pressure plate.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Yuck.
Real funny. Now then, do one last search, and then basically all this, it's basically just a little lore shout out for people who you know, played all the games and know them left to right, like Hype. In here on this box, you would have seen his prototype of a Riddler trophy.
Ah.
And then you get the achievement, the first one. But yeah, that's it. That's it for Riddler's side quest.
Yeah, I mean, I could see where people were coming from, where he kind of just felt like he was added in just for the sake of it.
Riddle me
Stay
this.
tuned for when I punch myself repeatedly in the face for his involvement in Night.
Riddle me this. What just happened? I still think that's one of the best jokes in
from the
in
Lego.
The Lego
Batman's great.
I am so pissed off that Paramount bought Lego so they can never use Batman ever again in those movies. Ever.
Oh.
And they
that
were
sucks.
planning a sequel for They were planning a sequel to the movie.
I heard like a Lego Superman or something as well.
They're planning a sequel, but then once the Lego license went up, literally Paramount out of nowhere just went, "We'll buy it first!" and screwed Warner Brothers out of it.
That's so many like creative projects, and watch Paramount do nothing with it.
And just real quick, it's like, computer, change my password. Instead of Iron Man sucks, it's SpongeBob sucks.
Yeah.
There was a tweet.
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was gonna ask, like, does Paramount do much of anything worth anymore?
No, that's the
Not
problem.
really.
Paramount just goes like, "All right, we own it now."
I think all they have planned for it so far, James, is they just want to host it on their Paramount Plus and do nothing else.
Yeah.
Also, that guy's green because that would have been a Riddler informant, but I mean, the quest is already done, so too late.
Now he's just green with envy.
What do you mean the boss is gone?
Also, in order of events as they happened, when I jumped down on that guy from the top of a 5-story building, he should have been dead. Number one. Number two, was that this is the last Black Mask drug cache, and then we can end off. We can finish off his side quest, and knock out another one of our cronies. The other one was just again. That's right. We were talking about Paramount Plus and how SpongeBob sucks at this moment. Anyway, fine. I'll interrogate you.
Oh damn it! I'm reading the sequel information, and now I'm pissed off that it was canceled. Because apparently,
I thought you already were pissed off.
I'm even more pissed off. Apparently, it was going to be called Lego Super Friends, and it is going to focus on Batman's relationship with the Justice League, particularly Superman, and the main villains were going to be Lex Luthor, and of all things, the fucking Omax, which are like.
Oh man!
I'm pissed off now. I wanted to see Lego Omax.
I want to see a Lego adaptation of Super Friends.
Also, I just want to say, like, not for nothing, Jordan, but I love, like, the intense disappointment in Omax as if you actually knew who they were.
Yeah, I don't know Omax, but in general, it sounds very disappointing.
It sounds obscure and interesting. That's why I want to see it return in the spotlight. But before we forget, with the Paramount thing, die.
Yes, die.
Yeah, he's.
Oh God.
He should be dead. Anyway,
all these
the
people
next thing.
should.
But no, the other thing. The other thing was again more ragdolls in games, please. I love it.
I don't know why I'm making this sound.
Anyway,
you're fine, it's cute.
Somebody tweeted out like 3 years ago or something. Somebody tweeted out saying, "I had a nightmare that a SpongeBob." Whoa.
What was
Wow,
that?
even the game was like, "What the hell?" Anyway, somebody tweeted out saying, like 3 years ago, they said, "I had a nightmare that a SpongeBob NFT was made, and it actually led to a nuclear war that everybody wanted SpongeBob dead because the economy was just in shambles." And I'm like, "Well, crap."
Well, a third of that is right.
Everyone was looking like, "Oh no, the prophecy."
But no,
I don't want to hate SpongeBob.
But yeah, here's the thing. When Warner Brothers buys a license, they do something with it. When Disney buys a license, they definitely do something with it. When Paramount buys a license, they go, "Okay, cool, we own it." Do we got plans for that?
They just wanna,
all right then.
Again, they just want to host it and get the rights for hosting it on their Paramount Plus to get revenue, but they're not going to do anything else with it because that would take effort.
I mean, you know what I would have appreciated from a Lego Super Friends sort of adaptation, like if that were still the case. If one of the villains was a bit
That would.
That would be really
Oh,
fun.
that would have been. That actually would have been wacky. I could
Voiced,
see
voiced by Gilbert Gottfried still.
Yes, please.
Yes.
I could see. I could see something kind of silly where like, out of everybody, he's the guy. He's the Lego creation that's being animated on on the twos as opposed to like normal animation, just so he looks somewhat weird compared to all the other Lego.
Oh boy.
You know what, dude?
Well, doesn't that seem a little bit odd since in the previous Lego movies everyone was already animated in twos?
Oh really? Oh yeah, I guess that's okay. He'll be on ones. He will literally just be a PowerPoint.
No.
Is it Gilbert Gottfried?
No.
I was too lazy to appear for this.
No.
movie,
I got.
So you could just.
No. I got an idea. They animate all of the other characters like it was, the Lego movies and all that. As
this is just my fun little rage today.
No, they animate all
Bad
they animate all the characters like they do in the other Lego movies, like their stop motion and all that. But then you get to Mitsapitlik, who is animated like the video games and stuff like that, where it's like they're more fluid. He's bendy and all that.
Oh yeah, his mouth. I'm throwing this out there right now. That always kind of threw me off with the more recent Lego games, was where they actually have voice acting in our like movie. I love.
Well, to be fair, that's something.
I'm just saying. I grew up with and loved Dead Parents. Like, does he know about us?
What?
Does he know about us? Why does Black Mask have that as a code? Does he know
doesn't
about us?
doesn't White Parents have dead parents too?
I think
Oh,
so.
really?
I think he
Who said
murdered his
Batman?
parents.
Who said Batman was the only one that could have dead parents?
But I was about
That's
to
my
say
gig.
if it's any consolation, Logan, I don't think that like the voice acting is really like a particularly like recent addition, because I remember like even as early as Lego Island they would have voiceovers.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
Honestly,
Here's the thing. He's talking about like say.
God, he's like a wall. Okay, goodbye, Black Mask. Good fight there, old sport.
I think he's primarily talking about the lip syncing more so than the actual voice acting.
Yeah, that. Okay, he's back up. He's back up. But in the sense of like with the
Put him
licensed
down.
property, I was used to like I was just to say I was used to the silent film like
jokes of
pantomiming.
Yeah, in like Lego
I
Star
love
Wars
that.
and stuff like that.
And Indiana Jones,
Yeah,
right?
and
Goodbye,
the
Black
Lego
Mask.
Indiana
Good
Jones.
fight. Good
Whereas
fight.
I don't know which game started all the voice acting and stuff like that.
I want to say it was probably.
I'm sorry.
I think it was the second Lego Batman.
I was about to say it was the second Lego DC Batman game that did it, because I know the first one didn't have it.
By the way,
So I'm also gonna throw this out there. You're supposed to have done this by going all around and trying a new stealth thing, but then I just fucking dragged his head through the gutter.
I still love.
How you doing, Black
I
Mask?
still love the intro of the fight. I'm just like, bah, bah, bah. Oh, I
He
guess
just
I'll
fell
fall.
down like a board. He just fell down like a board, and then not once, but then twice after I backhanded him with shock gloves.
Which is hilarious.
And remember when you were touted out to be the big bad of the whole thing, Black Mask? Me
I'm
neither.
sorry, Black Mask. I'm sorry, Jordy. We kind of went on a little.
Yeah, are you
tangent
doing
there.
okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
No,
Okay.
I will say, it's surprisingly a really good like Lego storyline. Look up the the cutscene sort of Lego DC supervillains game. That actually has a really fun story.
Okay.
And the best part about it,
I keep forgetting that was his own thing.
best part about it, most of the actors in that return from the animated Justice League cartoon.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
fucking Darkseid is the villain of the game, and he is voiced by Michael Ironside.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I will say
Alrighty.
it's.
Go ahead.
Never mind. I can talk about it later.
No, come on, because the next part's gonna be pretty long for various reasons. But continue.
All I was gonna say is while I do appreciate, while I do appreciate that, it does make some of the non-DCAU castings feel like a little odd, because so both Batman and Wonder Woman, they're voiced by their DCAU actors, but for some reason Superman is exempt from that. He still has Travis, who voiced him in the previous games.
Which, they bring back some of them, which are really interesting, like Kevin Conroy, Michael Rosenbaum as Flash, Michael Ironside, Clancy Brown as Lex Luthor. They bring back all these big people, and then they bring back. You know what? I'll get into it next video what they should have done.
Okay.
Sounds fair.
With that, in the next part, it's gonna be a bit unconventional. Next part is gonna be primarily us looking into all the fun little audio recordings and all the audio files now that we've seen all the characters and all the big people at play.
Yay.
And then after that, then we'll do a little bit more story and stuff. So
Oh geez, now that I look at the videos, like, oh, you're right. Tune in next time for our big audio riff tracks.
audio podcast.
And I shall use that podcast to go to sleep. Bye.
Goodbye.
People still make podcasts.